Okay, so now welcome to part 2 of chapter 4 and the all important topics of differentiation and positioning. These two are one of the primary responsibilities for the marketers which are trying to do a good job for their companies. So the primary reason why market segmentation is done is so that a firm is better able to focus on a group of similar customers, better meet their needs. In other words, the firm should be able to differentiate itself from others in the market. Differentiation is an important concept, especially when competition in the market is high, which is the case in almost every industry today. Edward Chamberlain, he gave the concept of differentiation in 1933, way back then. But the problem is that because of excessive competition, sometimes efforts at differentiation do not work very well. And the products in the market look the same to consumers. They are not able to, see any differences. They look like absolute substitute of each other. And often customers do not have a clear and unique reason to buy a firm's products. In other words, the product is not clearly positioned in the minds of the customers. And this is where the concept of positioning comes into the mind. Positioning is the effort at developing an overall customer perception of a brand, product line, or organization in the minds of the customer through consistently sending that message through the various P's of the marketing mix. And finally, this should enable the marketers to give customers a clear reason to buy a firm's products. And the goal should be to find a unique position in the minds of the customers relative to competing offerings. Positioning is the place a product, brand, or group of products occupies in consumers' minds relative to competing offerings. Positioning actually assumes that consumers compare products on the basis of important features. Effective positioning requires first assessing the positions occupied by competing products, determining the important dimensions underlying these positions, and choosing a position in the market where the marketing efforts will have the greatest impact. To give you a simple example, all of you have heard of the 7-Up soft drink. At one time, it used to be marketed as a mood elevator, and that is how that product was positioned in the marketplace. Then later on, the owners of the brand, they positioned the same brand, same product, 7-Up soft drink. It was positioned as a 100% natural drink, as a lemon flavored soda. And then that positioning lasted for some time, and then finally it was positioned as the uncola drink, which was lasted for a long time. So yes, positioning of products is often changed by marketers before they arrive at the most effective positioning statement. And it would be interesting for you to know that the book that introduced the concept and changed the marketing world, it came out in 1981. The book was written by Al Ries and Jack Trout, and the world of marketing has never been the same again. The title of the book is Positioning. We can click here and see. The title is Positioning, the Battle for Your Mind. Positioning, the Battle for Your Mind. How to be seen and heard in the overcrowded marketplace. So yeah, if you like, pick up a copy if you're interested. So here is the positioning of various brands offered by Procter & Gamble. You must note that the positioning statements here are based on mostly on the utilitarian aspects of the product. what the product actually does. But this is not always necessary, by the way. Products can be positioned on non-utilitarian aspects as well, such as feelings or emotions, such as, let's say, confidence or luxury or premium image, etc. The problem starts when competing firms start operating in the same market segment with the same claim. They can also claim tough, powerful cleaning, and hence leaving no point of differentiation, and hence unclear positioning in the minds of consumers. That is why marketers often try to use intangible, non-utilitarian approaches to positioning because they are much more difficult to imitate. Here, Audi is trying to position the Quattro brand as the one that really sticks to the road. It was launched in the 1980s. Quattro was the permanent four-wheel drive launched by a company. So their job was to entrench it clearly in the minds of the customers what the product is all about. Another recent example of positioning and also change in positioning, we are all familiar with UPS, the Brown. For a long time, UPS has been running. This campaign started in the year 2000, and UPS has ran this campaign of "We Love Logistics," where UPS communicated to the world out there, all the customers, that hey, UPS has mastered logistics. It is the tops in efficiency, in timely deliveries, transportation, and all that. All good things that are related with logistics. So UPS was synonymous with logistics all those years. However, over time, UPS realized that the skills which were required to make it a top logistics company, they went beyond simply understanding logistics and mastering the logistics processes, such as mostly shipping, transportation, warehousing, etc. UPS figured, and that's what actually UPS does, UPS figured in being able to deliver goods on time, UPS actually moved on and made several innovations in its business strategy. Many of you probably did not know that if you own a Toshiba laptop and you want to send it back for repairs in case something goes wrong with your Toshiba laptop, then UPS is the company that picks up your Toshiba laptop. UPS is the company which repairs the Toshiba laptop in its own warehouse and brings it back to the customers, all within 24 hours. And having these kind of solutions for their clients is what UPS has been getting more and more better at increasingly. So UPS wanted its business-to-business customers to look at UPS as a company which is not just into logistics, which is not just into into delivering products on time in an efficient manner, but it actually can provide solutions to unique problems and unique needs that companies are facing in the market. So what did UPS do? I mean, it could not have done change the perceptions of customers using the same campaign. So it changed the positioning of the brand UPS, and from "We Love Logistics," it recently moved to the United Problem Solvers campaign. So the new campaign by UPS, it positions the company as a company which solves problems, especially for its business-to-business clients. And if you click on this link, "We Love Logistics," you can find out what customers have always thought about UPS. So it'll take you to a web link called brandtags.com, and here customer perceptions are being captured on this website on a very large collection of brands. You can actually go there, register yourself, and find out about your favorite brand. So here is UPS. We can click on UPS and you will see how customers have perceived UPS all these years. So if you click on orderly view here, you will see this is what all customers have said about UPS. Shipping fast, reliable, package, slow, deliver, parcel, courier on time, expensive, dependable. Okay, so they're all about logistics, efficiency, deliveries, worldwide, fast delivery, speed. No one is saying that UPS is about providing solutions, right? So this is a website through which many companies they track as to how customers are perceiving their brand in case they need to change their positioning in the market. There is a graphical way in which marketers represent the positioning of a product, and that representation is commonly called a perceptual map or a product space. So this is how a product space looks like. Two dimensions are picked up which are important to customers. They first identify a couple of product dimensions or characteristics that are considered the most important by customers in their decision making. For example, two dimensions for soaps can be moisturizing, low to high, and deodorant properties. Then customer data on different brands is collected, and finally a perceptual map is constructed, which looks something like this. So perceptual map captures consumer perceptions and tells you two things mainly. A, which brands happen to be close competitors in the minds of the customers. You can look at this graph and see these brands are close competitors here, and these brands, Tone and Dove, they are close competitors here. So this is one piece of information you can get from perceptual maps. And then B, where are the areas of opportunity? So any empty spaces on the map where no brand can be seen, that is where there is little or no competition. So it's possible that companies can benefit by offering a product that fills that gap and hence a customer needs. So on this perceptual map you can see there are some empty spaces where there's little competition. Here's empty space here, there's empty space here, there's empty space here as well, a little bit of empty space here as well. This shows that not much competition is there, and companies can probably benefit by tapping that opportunity. Another example of a perceptual map, this is on ibuprofen. So that medicine can be, two desirable dimensions can be how gentle the medicine is, more gentle, less gentle on your system. And second dimension can be how effective it is. Is it more effective when you take it or not so effective? And these are the various brands which can be put on this perceptual map, and it shows you these brands are competing closely together. These brands are competing a little closely together, and this one is here. There's a lot of empty space all over which represent possible opportunities in the marketplace. There's one example I would like to tell you about. It is from India. When Coca-Cola and Pepsi went to India in 1991 and 1993 respectively, Coca-Cola reached there later. Coca-Cola bought this brand in India. It was called Thumbs Up. It was a leading brand of cola, and Coca-Cola wanted to slowly discontinue this brand and instead introduce Coca-Cola. But what happened after that was really interesting. This brand was so strongly positioned in the minds of Indian consumers that when this